So what's better than bead soup chokers? Dainty chokers DIY. Let's get started. Hey you guys, so I decided to model and wear my own jewelry today. I'm heading to meet my clients, and although they kind of don't go together, I was just in the mood to do me, right? So anyway, I just wanted to show you what my jewelry looked like. These are the plaid and tartan earrings that we made a few months back, or a couple of months back. These are the chokers we just did. And I think I'm gonna see if I can convince my children to model some of my jewelry for me. They may say no, so guess what? We may be our own model. Anyway, right? What you think? I know they don't go together, don't beat me up too bad, but let's get on to our next project coming up behind the video. All right. So listen, look what came back in stock. You guessed it, triple thick. Here it is. I inserted a picture so you could see my heavenly lights. I found the one jar that was left. I happened to be showing houses in Lumberton, North Carolina, which is about maybe 35, 45 minutes away from where I live. And I was like, oh my gosh, they have a Hobby Lobby in Lumberton, like who knew? So I said, well, let me stop at a Dollar Tree. I needed to get the pans for Thanksgiving. And so I said, well, even though I didn't feel like it, I said, let me go ahead and trail on down here to Hobby Lobby. And guess what? I was looking around. I didn't see any at all. Why was this sitting in the wrong place, misplaced at the top of the shelf? I was like, Halle of the Lou. Yeah, if you've never used triple thick, so remember I had done these plaid earrings and they were really cute the way they were, but they needed some je ne sais quoi, some oomph, right? And so like I got to wear this pair today. I'm gonna take them off now so you can see them, but I was able to finally start finishing up my plaid earrings because they literally needed a layer of the triple thick. Now that's not what this video is about. We're going to make another cute little choker using some smaller beads, but look how cute these. So even though you probably saw the video where I did the plaid earrings, I'll do my best to insert it somewhere in here near the end. I always forget to do that. So God bless it if I forget. Go to my Making Statement Earrings playlist and you'll see the plaid earrings on there. So all I have to do is add the little backs to these and finally, they're finished. And they are so super cute. I got so many compliments on those today. I wore the plaid earrings along with the chokers I made today. And this, I'm so excited, is back in stock, baby. So what you're gonna need for this project, we're gonna be using the same Omniflex that we used earlier today. You're gonna need 2 jump rings. I think we're just gonna do 1 necklace. I don't know unless I get so inspired. You're gonna need 2 crimp beads, and you're gonna need 1 lobster claw clasp. You're gonna need your round nose pliers. You're gonna need, you can use wire cutters if you want to, and you need a pair of flat nose pliers, but I can't find my flat nose pliers with the little grips. But anywho, no big deal. And then remember I was talking about using the little silver pieces earlier, so I forgot that I had these super sweet little feathers. So we're gonna do another choker, but we're gonna use the little feather as the center bead. So you'll also need 1 little jump ring to attach the feather in the middle. So let's get started. We're gonna figure out our design. We are still using our Bead Soup to make this necklace. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a piece of wire. I don't even measure it out. I just make it long enough to where I know I have extra so that I can turn it into a choker, or I could make it into a necklace. You might hear my son in the back tearing up Temple. He's getting something to eat. No, it's okay. What are you making? Pizza. He's making pizza. So then we're gonna go ahead, and I already showed you how to do it, but just for kicks and giggles, the crimp bead is on there, the jump ring is on there. I'm sorry, y'all. And now we're just gonna loop our beading wire back through the crimp bead. I use fishing line, but again, you can use bead wire if you want to. And then you're gonna leave enough of a loop on the end so that there's room, because you don't want this to be all tight. I don't like tight necklaces. You want your necklace to have movement and give, because if not, it'll end up being bunchy because it'll be too tight together. So there we have that on there. Now we don't have to worry about, as we start stringing, we don't have to worry about anything falling off the opposite end. So I'm gonna move those to the side, the other crimp bead and all that stuff. And so now listen, we have another bag of bead soup, and this one has a lot of little seed beads in it. So because of that, I'm gonna actually dump this one out on a plate as well for us to work from. And what's pretty cool is how these plates from the Dollar Tree, I just bought a whole packet of them from the party section, and they have really come in handy. You'd think I'd be buying them to eat off of, but that's not what I bought them for. I bought them for painting and stuff like that. So because there's so many little pieces of everything in here, I really want to do these small seed beads. Like I really want to do the tiniest of the tiny. That's what I wanted to do this morning, but I got carried away with something else. So rather than keep you watching me pull those out, I'm gonna go pull out all the little tinies that we want to use, because I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a half and half necklace. I got inspired by someone I saw do a necklace, and on one side it was pink, I believe, and on the other side it was like a green color. So I think on one side I'm gonna do this teal, although I did say that was summery. It is my very favorite color. So let's do that. I'm gonna go pick those out, and then we're gonna come back and we'll get started. Okay, so what I did was I decided to keep them separate. The teal beads are over there on the table, and then we have all the little pearl beads over here. So I'm just gonna start stringing the little pearl beads along. They're like a shimmery opalescent kind of color. I really love them. I think they'll be really pretty with the feather dangling down, or we could use any type of center bead, because look, I thought that one was really pretty. Let me put it in here. It's like an iridescent bead that changes color, so I thought that might be pretty. I hadn't decided yet. So y'all, I'm right next to the kitchen, so I may hear my 14-year-old who's now in the kitchen. She's getting fries. Because tonight I didn't cook, only because we're cooking so much food for tomorrow for Thanksgiving that I was like, let me get my mind right around all the food I'm cooking tomorrow. So I'm gonna be making oyster stuffing. I'm making corn pudding. That was kind of like a last minute addition to my menu. I'm making string bean casserole. I'm gonna fry some chicken. I'm making sweet potato pies. What else am I making? Deviled eggs and cauliflower macaroni and cheese, which is the best. If you've never had cauliflower mac and cheese, after you eat it one time, you probably will never go back to macaroni and cheese. I don't like regular macaroni and cheese now, surprisingly. It is so good. I shared a recipe. If you go to Headbangers, I think it's Headbangers Cafe. Oh crap, here on Facebook. That's whose recipe I copy, and it is just incredible. Sorry for all the noise in the background. So we're gonna keep stringing these. I'm gonna just show you what it looks like. And you can just make so many of these. They are so pretty, so petite, so sweet. And I'm thinking I wanna wear something like this with my outfit for tomorrow, which I have no clue what I'm gonna wear, but I love thrift store shopping. I don't know if I told y'all that or not. And I bought a beautiful, like a burgundy velvet color shirt. But for sure, I know I'm gonna be wearing stretchy pants for all the food I'm planning on eating on tomorrow. I'm excited. So I'm gonna go string a few more of these. I don't wanna bore you with that, and then we will be back. So we have gotten pretty far along in stringing all these sweet little pearls. And I just love how petite and dainty it looks. Now look, this is what I'm talking about when the string is too tight. Look how the pearls seem all bunched up. Like, see how they look bunched up? But whenever you have your necklace is loose, it has like a really pretty flow to it, like it lays nicely. So that's why it's important not to make the necklace too tight when you go to seal it up on the end. You want it to have like a really pretty flow to it and to hang nicely. So I'm gonna go finish stringing these, and then we get to the halfway point where I'm gonna start adding the blue. I'll show you that. So for now, let's go ahead and get out one of our feathers because we're almost there. I got these feathers from Hobby Lobby. They were $2.49, and look how pretty they are. I love the detailing on them, and I think I bought them along with some other stuff, so there wasn't a discount, because you know with Hobby Lobby, you only get the 40% off coupon, so you don't get like a whole percentage off, which I was like, Hobby Lobby, I don't need y'all to come on. So this jump ring may be a little large for that particular necklace, so I'm gonna get a smaller jump ring because I want this to be really feminine. That's the word I was looking for, not dainty. I want it to be really feminine. So I'm gonna get a smaller jump ring. I keep saying I'm gonna get all this stuff organized, but in my mind, when I go to look at all these beads in the plate, I mean, I see so many designs, it's not the least bit overwhelming to me. So look, so I opened up the jump ring, I already show you how to do that. You pull it open towards you, and then we're gonna loop it into the feather. I'm trying to see if the feather has a front or a back. They don't look the same. Like that looks like it could be the front only because it has that more of a solid ridge down the middle. And that one seems a little flat, but we're gonna go with it this way and let this be the front of it. So we're gonna go ahead and close it up. Now what you wanna do is make sure you wiggle it back together and then crimp the top, or like press the top down, because when you go to put it on the necklace, you don't want the jump ring to open up and to fall off. Now what you could do is use a ring that doesn't have a split in it. So then you could just, well, you still have to cut it, disregard that. That was a bad idea. So anyway, gonna go finish getting to the halfway point on here. Hey guys, so I tested it to see, or checked it to see, I should say, if it was in the center of my neck where I want it, and it was. So what I should do is, I was trying to decide, because I just put the feather bead on here, is if I should put something on there to prevent the feather from moving because the jump ring is larger. But I think when I nest the teal beads up against this particular bead, it'll be okay. So let's see. Because we don't want that jump ring moving around or shifting over the beads. This is when you realize how chunky your fingers are, and I have pretty small hands. So look how pretty that's gonna be. It's gonna be like this two-toned look. I love it, love it, love it. So let's get some of these beads on here. What I'm doing is I'm pressing my finger down and picking up more than one at a time. You could use a beading needle, or you could take the thread and run it along the beads and pick them up that way as well. There's so many different ways you can do this. You just have to find what works best for you. But as I press them down with my finger, they're sticking to my finger for some reason. I do have kind of chunky fingertips though, so, plus I've been doing this forever. And I'm all about instant gratification, so if you're that person, some people can work with teeny tiny little seed beads and thread, and oh my goodness gracious, I just don't have, the way my mind is set up, I'm like, I need a project that I can get finished within 30 minutes to an hour. I don't like long drawn out projects. Like I used to try to do macrame. I've done like some threading necklaces before, and you had to actually put pins on the board and kind of follow like a diagram or a pattern. I'm that person that if I was gonna put furniture together, would not read the instructions. And then you get done and be having like an extra bolt and a knob and a whole leg missing. Like I'm that person. I'm not gonna read the directions to try to figure that out. Like that is too time consuming. You guys, look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? I'm in love with this two-toned idea. I think I'm gonna do one more after this. This is so pretty. I wonder if I should make my sister one. She'll be surprised when she comes for dinner tomorrow if I make her one. So let's keep stringing. We have so many beads, so much time, praise God. What are you guys making? Oh, and y'all, thank you for the sweet comments on the last video. Because I know you used to seeing me, for those of you that subscribe or that follow, I know you used to seeing me make earrings, and I totally adore making earrings. But I was like, we need to change it up a bit. Like, honey, you a whole jewelry designer in my mind, right? I mean, technically, it was my first business, and I have been a jewelry designer. I have sold designs to stores, so I'm not just saying that, but I'm joking around saying it. And we're getting ready to close it up. I tried it on to make sure that it
so let's
fits
do more than just
the way I want it
earrings.
to. And remember, I told you, you can always add one. Don't pull the string too tight.
What are
you
y'all
want there to
making?
be a nice flow to your necklace. You're not making anything new. I've already added the other print bead to the end. I've already strung it back through the necklace.
My brother
like
used
I
to do
showed you on the
glass
last
beads.
video.
Now he does a lot of bead
Trim that off. Here
he does a lot of earrings.
This incredible
So look, this
beauty.
is almost
So now let me put the
we're
lobster
literally
claw at the end. I just need to make sure it fits properly. And then I'm gonna try it on for you. I decided that I've become my own model. Oh wait, I want it on the white side, on the cream colored side, because I'm right-handed. So let's do biops. I'm so excited. Look at her. I don't know why we call all necklaces her, but let's try it on. So listen, you guys, I thought I was filming a second ago and I was. So one side of this has these beautiful clear beads, and they have like a copper lining on the inside. They're really, really pretty. And then we're doing a plum color, like a dark plum, kind of almost a chocolate plum on the other side. And then we have this sweet little dangle in the middle. So I was like, okay, let's make one more choker before we call it a night from our bead soup. And let's look at how pretty this one is gonna turn out. So I'm not gonna bore you again with watching me string the beads. And I was sharing with you, and I thought I was filming that my family is just making so much noise, but guess what? I love them. Somebody's making fries, somebody else is making a pizza. I didn't cook tonight. I think I told you that though. My honey bunny is over here scoffing down breakfast for dinner. And I am here with you making a choker. So let's get through this right quick, and I'm gonna show you the finished product, and this one's gonna be beautiful too. Okay, so last two for tonight, for this evening. I think they came out super, super cute. And I'm gonna show you what they look like on a piece of, not a piece of paper, yeah, on a white background, so you can check them out. But I think they came out perfect. Choke.